Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here with a Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies video, and in this video I'll show you how to easily grab the Gong Like the Wind achievement / trophy, which is on the map 9 and is awarded for defeating all 8 of the challengers summoned by a gong within 5 minutes from when the match starts. Now, I did this in co-op with one other person, and that's probably the setup I would recommend. Doing this solo could be very difficult, and doing this with more people would start you with more money, but it would also spawn more zombies, which would get in the way, and it would also be a little bit harder to communicate. You might have some luck with more people, but we would recommend 2. As for our setups, we went with the bare bones setup, so we don't have anything special equipped. We only have elixirs that are unlockable through natural progression, and neither one of us are using any special talismans. I did show both of our loadouts as the video started, and we'd recommend going with things like the ability to recharge your equipment, the ability to maybe recharge your special, but the most important thing is that you have the ability to share money between each other enabled. Now, the actual strategy for this achievement or trophy is actually pretty simple. In the first round, I would recommend making sure you knife all the enemies, as this generates more zombucks for you guys. Then you're going to want to get access into the Tower of Danu and purchase the shotgun as quickly as possible. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this map, the map has a total of 4 towers, and in each tower there is a gong. When you ring the gong, it summons the challenger for that god, and then you can defeat them and move on. The actual challengers drop a decent amount of money as they're killed as well, so they're very important that you go through them as quickly as possible. Now, as you can tell, these next bosses did take us a little bit longer, and that's completely okay. Although it is a speedrun achievement, you don't need to be going at an ungodly pace the entire time. It is okay if you get stuck on a door, or it is okay if you get stuck on a couple bosses for about 30 seconds to 1 minute, as long as you are getting money by killing zombies around you and making progress in the level overall. You should keep in mind that you have a decent amount of room for error. In our first attempt at this, we were actually able to do it successfully in 4 minutes and 59 seconds, and the run you're watching on screen now takes us about 4 minutes and 40 seconds. And again, we didn't get crazy lucky with any of our random drops from the zombies, and we're not using any great elixirs or talismans that we could substitute in to go even faster. Now, obviously, the challengers themselves are kind of the main part of the achievement or trophy, but keep in mind you do want to be killing a lot of the extra zombies in order to make enough money to get through some of the doors in the basement, for example. Now, this map can be a little bit complicated when you first try it, but once you kind of familiarize yourself with the downstairs area, it's not too bad to get through. You will get stuck on a door eventually, which is fine. The important thing here is to money manage between the 2 teammates if you're doing it in co-op, and to make sure that you're sharing that money and even sharing kills. At some point, it is going to be better for certain people to get kills as opposed to others because of how your money is accruing between you two. Now, apart from co-op being a good strategy because you're able to share your money between each other, it's also a good strategy because you are both independently building up your special meters, and I have my special meter built up, my teammate has his, and we have 2 bosses left. You can probably do the math, and we are each going to use one of our specials on the 2 remaining bosses in order to make quick work of them. Another thing that's really important that you can't necessarily see on screen is the constant communication. Obviously, we're talking about how much money we have and how much the next door costs. We're talking about when we're moving together. We're talking about how we're managing our super ability. Not to make it, overly complicated, it's not as hard as it might seem. It does take a little bit of practice, a little bit of knowledge of the map, a little bit of team communication, and it really isn't too bad. For example, coming up soon here, I know that the bridge is pretty expensive, the one behind me, so I'm going to drop some money for my teammate, and although I get a couple kills here quick to kind of pad out, get it through the round a little faster, I do end up kind of letting him just grab kills so that he can, bank the money he needs to get us to the next area. And another thing you want to manage is the rounds and the waves. You want to make sure you don't have too many zombies that are kind of lost in the map, traveling behind you and kind of impeding your progress to get to the next round to spawn more zombies. You want to make sure you have the zombies close to you at all times and stay together with your teammate to encourage the zombies to spawn next to you. And that's it. 4 gongs, 8 total, challengers technically when you count the 4 tigers and the double bosses that spawn together in one of the earlier towers. And that's it. 4 minutes, 40 seconds. You don't see the achievement pop on screen because we already had it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Special thanks to the amazing people on Patreon for supporting the show, and hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace.